Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back. Or if you're receiving this new first time, welcome in. Welcome into the frequency, the energy, the flavor, the color, the essence that I am, that my soul is emanating, shining out into the collective field, as you are too. And as you continue to grow and to heal and to activate and to elevate, you also are doing the same thing, sharing your frequency, your energy out into the field. That's your purpose right now. Okay, so we have some labradorite, more of a raw piece. I've never seen it, so it's very called, if I can get this, the light to shine in. It's almost like this rainbow. Okay, I didn't have any plans on this, okay? Labradorite. I'm going to read this and then I'm going to share a little story, okay? Labradorite is a stone of magic. You're probably being called, if you're receiving this 101, you definitely need some labradorite, okay? And this is your confirmation. Whether you wear it, I'm going to stick this in my bra. I've got labradorite bracelets and I have a labradorite palm stone I hold or put in my persons or near my persons while I see. All right, labradorite is a stone of magic. A crystal for shamans, diviners, healers, and universal travelers. So shaman, diviner, healer, universal traveler, okay? Who seek knowledge and guidance. A crystal of self-discovery, forward to self-discovery. It awakens your awareness, your inner spirit, intuition, and your psychic abilities, okay? Labradorite is the most powerful protector. We've got hematite, black tourmaline, obsidian, but right now this is stating is a very powerful protector, and I was guided to get a palm stone and wear it in a bracelet. It's actually more of a white labradorite, and this is actually white labradorite here, this one here, okay? It is a very powerful protector. All right, it creates a shield of force throughout your aura and strengthening your natural energies within. Labradorite can calm an overactive mind, especially for the light worker community, the star seeds. Your mind might be struggling with these psychic attacks. This, again, no coincidence I'm here saying you might need to get some labradorite to work with. Overactive minds, and energize the imagination and to encourage creative ideas. And traveling, it's really good for traveling and self-discovery. Physical travel and self-discovery, and internal travel and self-discovery, okay? Labradorite brings fun back into your life, and it encourages emotional inner strength. It is great for someone who tends to overwork themselves. Labradorite, okay? All right, so why am I here again? It is April 30th, all right, 2026. We are in this new moon portal of Scorpio. All right, please look at the significance of that. You probably are experiencing, in some way, shape, or form, physical, energetic, mental, attacks, psychic attacks, mental attacks, emotional attacks, entity attacks. Take what resonates and leave what does not, okay? If you're not interested, and if you don't want to know, scroll away. I've done 3 videos today that will be posted. So labradorite can be beneficial. Grounding can be beneficial. Light language can be beneficial. But I'm guided to share this to show you how much I understand my power now at this present moment. I'm not supposed to know any more than just now and everything that I've been through. What I have learned over this awakening process in receiving information through my spiritual team, in the way my spiritual team communicates with me, the universe communicates with me, that I hold a specific frequency and energy. And I've had human proof, not because I need proof to validate anything. I don't need that. But sometimes it's fun to hear people's stories or hear their experiences, okay? Because that helps them validate as well. All right? Is my energy and my frequency that I hold, and each thing I go through, the more I vibrate higher and higher and higher, and I maintain and I hold it. I don't allow it to drop below. When I walk into a space, my energy is felt. Sometimes it's seen. It's definitely known. Right? It's known by not only the people that I'm coming into contact with just through my energy and frequency, by walking into a space, right? It's also received by the entities, attachments, implants, whether they be organic or ethereal, pick up on that. How does that look? Well, sometimes I get no information on that. Today I had some information. I've had information in Reiki classes. I've had information on how this works from other people that have interacted with my frequency field. And I hold a big field. I'm more than just this tiny little human avatar. I know this now. I embody this. I've integrated this, and I stand in this. Okay? So I thought I was going to go out and take a walk in nature. And again, I've shared many videos, 5, 5, 5 on the timer, how I'm just guided and led by my intuition, by my higher self, by source, by my spiritual team. I got in the car, I had a couple things to do, and I thought, oh, I'm going to take a walk in nature to ground myself, because I had all this high energy from channeling messages for an hour and a half. And I'm like, nope, I need to go into the wellness store. Maybe I can buy something, maybe not. I ended up getting some labradorite and some incense. Didn't have any plan on either one, but there's a reason I was called into the store. Always is to the wellness store, typically. And there's usually always a reason. And I never question, I just go. If it unfolds and I find out why, great. If I don't, great. I don't put too much into that. And as soon as I walked in, I could feel there's a couple of employees in there, some were in session. There was a couple of customers, and as soon as I got to the front of the store, because I usually go in the back of the store, I instantly felt like some throat chakra, like choking, coughing. So I'm picking up on people's energy. And there was a small group of people, and I was like, hey, I don't know who's got some throat chakra stuff going on. I can kind of feel this, and I will verbalize it. If I'm called to verbalize it, I verbalize it. If I don't, I don't. But my team had me, my highest had me verbalize, hey, something's going on with somebody with their throat chakra clearing, symptoms, whatever. And a couple of people like, yeah, resonated with that. And so I sat down on the floor to ground while I was looking at the labradorite. Okay, I had no plan on getting labradorite. And I read into it, and like I said, I already have labradorite pieces. But again, intuition. This is what it leads me and guides me, is my intuition. It's my clear knowing, my clear hearing, my clear seeing, my clear steering, my clear feeling, okay? And this is where we're moving in the human race, to learn how to tap back into these extrasensory abilities outside of your 5 human senses. Thank you. There's a little Faye. Can you see? Thank you. All right. And after the customers left, I know the women that work in the store pretty well, and one came up to me, and as soon as she came up to me, you know, we started having conversations, and, you know, saying that she had nightmares, and again, addressing everything that I talked about, being energetically attacked in some way, shape, or form, or psychically attacked via dreams. Just did videos on that. So there's no coincidence, right? Never is in my world. More likely not in your world either. And so I, you know, just started going on, you know, about everything. And as I'm talking more, she's like having physical symptoms, and said that she had a situation last night, sometime with her sleep, and another employee, same thing. I'm like, oh, okay, energetically attack, psychic attack in your dream state, in your astral body. So we went through some things, and the more and more we were talking about stuff, the more like uncomfortable. And she basically opened up and said that there was something going on. Like she felt like she had something step in, which this is how they can piggyback in. Okay, this is how entities can piggyback in and attach as an energetic parasite confirmation verb. All right, so it's knowing these protection tools. And again, it's from a place of intention, of grounded empowerment, and not from fear. And there are many tools you can use. And I'm not going into that in this video. I did this other videos. But basically, the more we talked, the more she explained what was going on. And I said, so this is just another confirmation for me to confirm from the universe on how big and powerful my frequency and energy is. So just by her getting close into my field, she says, as soon as I stepped close into your field, before you even start talking, I could feel this thing that I know piggybacked out of the astral realm and was giving her some issues this morning, was starting to stir around. And she knew it wasn't digestive situation. Like, that was clear knowing. And these women have gifts and abilities, right? There's the different levels in the process, okay? I'm like, okay, so we just had more conversations. All right, well, let's do this. Let's do an empowerment statement. Let's say this. Let's start using our protection while we sleep. These are some tools. This is what I do. Okay, this is my technique before I go to sleep. This is my technique for my family, my very interpersonal circle. This is what I do for my partner because he's 5,000 miles away and doesn't do these protections knowingly himself. So I basically set up all the protection for everyone. Not that I already know that they're guided and protected and shielded from their their ancestors, their guides, their angels, their spirit team. But this is just like that extra layer of extra walls during these moon cycles, because moon cycles, the power of the moon is the power of the moon, and these factions, these entities, whatever, will use that and tap into it. And yes, you can use it for good or for evil, but you can counteract that as well. But you have to do it from a place of empowerment, of groundedness and stability, and knowingness that you have the power to do this. You don't need to outsource your power. Practitioners are great. Practitioners like myself and other practitioners I've seen are great. But isn't it better when you can empower yourself using these power statements, using these tools, and setting these intentions from a grounded, empowered place? And I think that's why I've been really guided to share these messages over and over in different ways, shapes, and forms at different aspects and after different situations. So the longer we talked and the more I had her call this empowerment, and just me speaking my sacred technology, human words, a little light language probably came through, and she'll remember the conversation. I don't remember everything. She could feel it starting to like move out in her energetic body. If she felt it in her physical body, but again, sometimes that works that way. So whatever piggybacked back, all right, this is something that piggybacked. She clearly knew it piggybacked from whatever took place in this attack in her dream state. And she could feel it starting to move its way out. She was burping, she was clearing, she was physically twitching. So these are some symptoms. It doesn't always work, doesn't always necessarily have to work that way. 1, 2, 2, 2. This is just confirmation for her, like this validates for her, this is what's going on. All right. And just me continuing to share my frequency, my energy, my human words, or just my field. It was moving out. And I said, well, okay, now call in your team. Ask your team to come through and surgically, do whatever needs to be done. I said, set these boundaries up even more so in these next few days, just as an extra, again, out of empowerment, not protection, out of empowerment and not out of fear. And again, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I love it when the team rhymes. So again, these are just examples, and I've had other experiences in the past I've done videos on. Like, I know that if I'm guided to go to a place, it's because literally in my mind's eye is like my frequency and energy is so powerful that if I walk into a room full of people who have a bunch of things, whether it's etheric implants, organic implants, entities, energies, attachments, whatever you call that, things stuck in their field, things stuck on them. And again, know this from a place of knowledge, wisdom, awareness, which can help you empower yourself and embody this, not from a place of fear or any of that. Okay, that gives them a feeding. You give them something to feed off of. Okay. All right. So by the time I left, she could already feel that it was already starting to work its way out. So if I hadn't been guided to go down there, I went for my walk instead of going down there. I probably would have went for the walk and then been guided down there. My team usually pulls me pretty strongly to those places that I need to go. And if I don't right away, it gets stronger and stronger. And like I said, I don't question, I just do. And usually there's where the magic, the quantum medicine, the quantum magic, the frequencies, the healing, whatever's taking place through source consciousness, through my human vessel as a clear, open channel, I just let the magic happen. I let the medicine do its thing, all right? And I was just really guided to share this, okay? Because some of you maybe you experience somebody and you have a conversation and you walk away and something shifted, or you feel like you end up having to do a purge or a detox. You feel like something like this happens, leaves you, that has attached you, whatever. Just know that that's how it works. We're here to activate and to trigger and to awaken and to mirror and to whatever for each other. And you don't necessarily know exactly what that is. You might get some information about it, and the more you go on, you get more and more information, and then you'll get confirmation on it. Again, I don't need confirmation and validation. My old human might have, my old self, my old identity might have. I don't. If Source has got me put into place, and if it helps somebody, and I walk away, and it changes their whatever, and it helps them move forward in their awakening process, in their journey, in their ascension, work done. Work done. Okay, so I just wanted to share this with you and maybe get some labradorite. Protect yourself, boundary up, call in your spiritual team, find the right words for you. I will do another video for an empowerment statement, a couple different things I use personally and I share with clients or people that I run into that are curious and would like extra support. Okay, I love you and I will see you soon. Protect yourself from a place 1555 of empowerment, knowledge, wisdom, and awareness. Use your discernment always. Okay? I love you. From my heart to yours, I'll see you soon. Bye.